Hi everyone, today I want to show you some of my crassula plants and show you what kind of, or share with you what kind of issues I had with them and share some tips that may be helpful to you in caring for them. So let's take a look. Here are some of my cactuses and succulents, and among them are crassula plants. As I was increasing my collection of succulents, I have learned that I just love crassula plants. So I think I'm going to be talking about issues I had with some of them as I show you which kinds I have. So let's start with this little one here. This is crassula moonglow. I ordered it online because it's rarely seen in stores. It has very fleshy, thick green leaves, and I just love it how it looks like. So I'm really excited to see it grow and get bigger. This one here is crassula springtime. I got it last year, I think in Lowe's, and it was about this size, like these little two ones. So it grew a lot, and the reason why it looks like a bush is because I have beheaded this plant a few times, and each time I beheaded the plant it would grow double. So that's why I have these all these new shoots all over the place. And here at the bottom, one of the old leaves fell off and two new shoots started growing. It's such a pretty plant, and it has beautiful white flowers when it starts blooming. So yeah, I love it. This one here is also crassula plant. I forgot the name of this plant. It has beautiful leaves that have like a little reddish edging outside. I got it at Lowe's and it was so cheap. It was actually this summer, so a few months ago. And it was in much smaller pot, but it was almost as big as now, and it was only $5. So it lost quite a bit of leaves. I think it was in a little bit too much shade, or it wasn't watered enough, so I think it's now recovering. This one here is a jade plant. I think it's Jade ovata or Jade gollum. I forgot what the name of this one is. Also has these reddish edging on tubular leaves, and it's shaped like a tree, and I love the look of it. Very similar to this one is this little one here, still growing, so I will see how it's gonna look like when it's a little bit bigger. I think it's maybe a jade hobit. This one here is crassula string of buttons. Really interesting plant. It was pretty small a year ago when I got it, and grew a lot. And actually I can show you here what is one of the issues that you can have with crassula plants. Actually, it's one of the most common issues that you can have with any succulents, and those are mealy bugs. Mealy bugs are quite a pain. They are tricky sometimes to see, and I was not even sure that I'm going to be able to show you, but here is one, a little infestation right here among leaves. So if you can see, there is a little white like cotton ball that they create, and they're black little dots. Those are the mealy bugs. So I'm going to be spraying this plant. I have sprayed it earlier this year because it had an infestation before. So I'm gonna I just came from vacation, so maybe in the last few weeks they may have spread out a little bit. These jade plants here I got last year, and I love how much they grew. I have an interesting story about this one. Actually, I got it about a year and a half ago. I think it was end of the winter, beginning of spring, and when I took it outside, I put it on a sunny spot, south side of the house, and all of the leaves got burnt and became very pale yellow with gray this color from sunburn. And I think it's like with humans, if you take these plants suddenly on the sun, they burn, and it's a permanent damage. You cannot fix that on leaves. but I think I also didn't water it enough, so they all fell off. I literally had only stems left on this plant and no leaves. And I have no idea why I didn't throw it away, because it looked terrible. I think it's probably because I saw that there was tiny little leaves starting to grow from stems. And I left it and continued watering it, and it completely recovered after about 6 months. So that's the plant that had only stems left. And this one by it is even bigger. I noticed that it actually has probably 8 stems here that are getting bigger, so I probably need to split it. And if I want them to be shaped like a tree, I will probably need to put them individually and cut the new shoots that are at the bottom of the stems, like so it looks like this one. So yeah, those will be my crassula plants. Another issue I had this year with them, as you can see here, I had a caterpillar that for a few days has eaten quite a bit of leaves, and when I found it, I just removed it, and that was pretty rare thing to happen. I never had problem with caterpillars last year, so I don't know what happened and where they came from. Mealy bugs I usually take care of by either spraying and checking on plants regularly, because it's easy to see on jade plants if they are kind of building their little cotton balls and multiplying. The other way you can deal with mealy bugs is to get some kind of a spray that's either systemic or just a soap. I'm not a particular fan of soap. I feel like sometimes it damages the leaves, especially if they stay on sun. I have been successfully treating mealy bugs with a mixture of 90% alcohol and water. The other issue I had with jade plants is overwatering. Initially, when I had jade plants that are no longer here, I overwatered them. The leaves were very plumpy and they started falling off and the plants just died. Beside that, I don't think I had any other issues with jade plants. They're pretty easy to take care of, and you can notice on the leaves if they need more water or not, because they usually like shrivel, shrink in size. But if you are not sure, the easiest thing you can do is just stick your finger in the soil, and if you feel it's a little bit wet, don't give any water to this plant. I noticed that among succulents, these plants, jade plants, need water much less. During the winter time, I sometimes don't water it for 3 weeks. During the summertime, usually only once a week. Even when it's pretty warm and dry, I just don't feel like they need water as much. So, hope these advices help you take care of your crassula plants. Thank you for watching.